Okaeri nasai. Welcome back. For the ones of you who don't know me, I'm Lucie and I'm a certified sake sommelier. Now, if you've seen my videos before, if you've watched my channel, you know that we've covered quite a few words that refer to sake production that might help you when ordering sake in a restaurant, going to a store, whether it's in Japan or somewhere else. However, if you go to a small izakaya or if a Japanese friend asks you what sake you like, they might simply be after the Amakuchi, Karakuchi difference. This is a very simple way of classifying sake, and it's actually not too different from how we talk about wine in the West, and it simply refers to sweetness. Amai means sweet in Japanese. Karai does not mean dry. It means spicy. Yeah, I know. But it is the opposite of sweet. So, Amakuchi, the sweet sake, or Karakuchi, a little bit more on the dry side. And the word kuchi actually means mouth. To be fair, in comparison to wine, most sake is going to be more on the sweet side. And unless you are actually an experienced sake drinker, it might be quite difficult to distinguish whether it is sweet or dry. There are, of course, exceptions to it, the sweet sakes or the koshus that might be quite obviously more sweet. But other than that, distinguishing between them, the difference is not so obvious. However, while in wine, you have to rely on your own taste, or the staff that's serving you. In sake, the brewer actually quite often writes down the sweetness of sake on the bottle. Now, sweetness in sake is measured in something called sake meter value SMV, Nihon Shudo. And it's a scale that where most sakes end up between 0 and +5. And below 0 is going to be sweet, and they can be quite low below 0. I know it's a little strange. And anything +5 and above is considered dry. So most sakes between 0 and 5, anything above 5 is considered dry. There is another way of marking dryness on a bottle of sake. And it is to simply write Karakuchi. Now, this is the symbol for karai, the spicy. And this is the symbol for kuchi, mouth. So if you see that on a bottle, then you know that you are dealing with a dry sake. And the word karai is actually a really good word to know. It refers to spicy food. So whether you like spicy food or not, can be good to remember. There are quite a few ways of saying that something is dry. The Karakuchi refers to sake. You could use it about wine. However, out of experience, a lot of Japanese actually say dorai. And even the Amakuchi is also possible to use about wine. But you could say suito, you could say amai wine. So I probably wouldn't use the sake terms about wine, but if you do, they will understand and you will get what you want. So those are quite good words if you're going to Japan and want to, order whatever you want, sake or wine or even food in this case. Karai, really good word to remember. Now, I would like to talk a little bit about the measurement of sweetness as well, because in wine, you measure sweetness by measuring the residual sugar. Basically, you measure the sugar in your grape, and how much alcohol is in your wine, and how much alcohol there should be had you fermented all your sugar into alcohol. And whatever is left is the residual sugar. Very simplified. In sake, what they do instead is compare the weight of sake with the weight of water. And since sugar is obviously heavier than alcohol, the heavier the sake, the more sugar it contains. It's quite simple, really. The last thing I want to mention today is acidity, because dryness and sweetness in sake can be actually disguised or enhanced by the acidity. So that also needs to be taken in consideration if we're drinking sake. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. That's all for today. Don't forget to press the subscribe button down there and the like. Makes me very happy. お疲れ様です。